I was just watching this paranormal show, which is one of my favorite things to do. And there's a big guy, and I was thinking, I'm here alone, so I just talk out loud and think what I want to think. This big guy, kind of big young man, and I was thinking about how his haircut was perfect for the shape of his head and great haircut, which is an unusual thing. When someone has a great haircut, that's unusual. Anyway, he's looking for ghosts in a graveyard, of course, at 3 a.m. by himself. And he ends up on this paranormal show. I don't know how. But when he has these devices where you're supposed to be able to hear extrasensory energy of some sort. And so he's holding them, and when he hears something, he jumps. He does this like stutter step backwards for quite a ways. And it's, to me, it appears feminine. And so I began to, I've thought this thought many times. This is not something new. That's why I'm sharing it with you, because it's a thought that has persisted. This is one of my gender stereotypical prejudices, because as progressive as I think I am, or I want to be, I still have human prejudices that I work on, but I need to notice them before I can work on them. And one of those is when a man, especially like a man who might look like a manly man, but all men, when they react to a scary situation with feminine type fear, and I'm just talking gender stereotypes, a gendered type fear, like they might scream like a girl or react in a physical way like a woman would, I find that irritating. And that is a prejudice on my part. I find it unmanly. I don't like that they do that. When in reality, the reaction is human, normal. There's nothing wrong with reacting like that. So, knowing that it is a prejudice on my part, I don't say anything about a male reacting to a scare is akin to a man putting his head on your chest as opposed to you putting your head on his chest. There's a big difference. When the man's go-to is putting his head on your chest, my husband has never kind of grabbed my head or guided my head to nestle in his chest. Never. He puts his head on my chest, and it makes me think it goes to my stereotypical prejudice. This is not manly. This is not macho. I don't want macho. I want manly, I guess. But because I know this is a drawback, this is a negative, this is you are embarrassed that you have the thought, but it's very normal to have all kinds of thoughts. Humans have all kinds of thoughts, and it is our intelligence that reins them in or blocks them out or never voices them or reacts differently than what our thoughts are. That's our filtering system. And because I know that the gender stereotypes are negative, I never bring them up. So when my husband jumps in a scary movie, like a girl, I don't say anything about it. When he puts his head on my chest, I don't say anything about it because that's my bias. That is my shortcoming. The behavior is neutral. The behavior is human, natural, normal. So it is all of our responsibility to, when you examine your thoughts and you realize that there is no real reason why I can think it all I want. Don't act out, especially on another person. It is not your responsibility to modify the behavior of other persons, except perhaps your children. If they are other people that, especially that do not belong to you, that's including girlfriends, boyfriends, and spouses. They don't belong to you. They are their own humans. Keep quiet about it. That is our responsibility. And those are that is my gender bias.